All right, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. I do want to talk about something really important, right? So we're at a point here in the game where there's currently a very talked about topic, right? And that topic is ANIS, right? Beyond the other topics that are currently talked about, but one of them is ANIS. And I kind of wanted to stress importance to this video, so I don't know how I'm going to title it, but it's kind of like some important stuff I want you to hear about, so you at least know this in the back of your head. If you are considering or not considering pulling for this character, mainly where we stand is this, right? You have a character over here that is very powerful. You have a character over here that people are like, are talking about. I don't need the character. So today I want to give you my little 10 cents, the end all kind of verdict, if you will. I still want to do some showcases before anything also. I was going to save this video till the very end, but I think I wanted to get this out there first because people are really considering what they should do, right? So again, if you're new to the channel, also like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's jump into this. First off, also thank you for 9.9K. What the fudge? That's crazy. Thank you so much. But we're pretty close to 10K. Hopefully we can crack that within the month. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, potentially the week at the rate we're going. At the rate we're going, it could be by next week, which is crazy. So thank you for that. But Summer ANIS, let me tell you now, this character shocked us all. Well, not really. We knew on paper after reading her kit she was powerful. Like seeing the numbers, the percentages, and everything on her kit, it screamed she's gonna be a pretty good character, right? We weren't thinking broken. We were shocked about the broken part, but we kind of knew reading her kit on paper. I told you in the initial 2 videos that ANIS really sounds like the first broken limited unit, and then she was just more broken than we expected, right? She ended up to be a good unit. That is true. The point that people are currently running with is there's 2 things, right? First point that I don't agree with is the fact that people are saying you need to core this character. You need to get cores on this character, otherwise she's useless. That is not true. I don't think that is true in the slightest. Yes, every core helps. That is true. That is very true. But you don't need to chase cores, correct? People also say that it's a limited character. Why pull for ANIS when you could pull for other characters and get cores for those characters? I want to make a point here, and this is the point that I'll run with always. Listen, you have to also understand that as limited characters stand, I still think that Pilgrims are just a little bit less limited, but they're still limited. They are still limited characters, okay? People don't understand that. Like, think about it now. I have played this game since the launch. My Scarlet is 1 core. 1 core. 1, all right? I've played this game since the start. My Modernio is 0 cores, okay? I've played this game since the start. Like, I don't even have, I think I have Isabel. I don't have her cord. I don't have Noah. I don't have the other Pilgrim. I'm missing a lot of stuff, all right? And I don't have many cores on any of them. Literally, all right? And I've played this game for 8 months now, okay? Yes, it is true. You may not be able to core this character for a little bit. You may only get the one copy. The 1 copy is still strong. It's true. Remember, you're building this team, right? The entire purpose of this character, in my opinion, is to have her for multiple team comps. That's one. Second one, you're gonna play solo raid. You're gonna play union raid. That's gonna happen. This team, and then there's future content that they can stress multiple team comps. Correct? Again, if you have every single burst 3 in your game currently core 3'd, then I will make the argument that maybe you don't need her, right? But you probably don't. You have 5 teams with 2 to 3 burst 3s per team at all core 3. No way, right? There's no way that you have that. But again, unless you're a whale, then I have no idea, right? My whole point that I'm trying to get to is that yes, you need copies for characters. That is true. Cores help, but you don't need to core this character. Genuinely, you don't. And it's not like a must skip character just because you can't core her. At what she is for a status of 1 or just the initial copy, I think she's powerful enough, and she's going to be a very good contender for a long time to come. That is true, right? Then the next question that comes up: is she actually a worth it character to invest into? That is a good question. That is a warranted question. The thing is that I'm going to put down in stone, and I'll say this for the rest of the time this character exists. You have to understand something. So currently we have this active. Again, if you're running a team comp, right? Yes, it is true that this character is powerful. It is true. You have to run a specific team comp to make her at the highest standing. And when she is at that highest standing, she will really do good with Scarlet, with whatever. She makes units viable. Do keep that in mind. That is true. That is very true, okay? The thing is, and how I structure this character, she is a limited Pilgrim, is how I'm going to say it, correct? She does what a Pilgrim does. A lot of damage, very strong, very versatile, very useful. Parts of her kit are restricted to Electrocode, which is true. But the thing is, water bosses like Whale and whatever, and Kraken, those are now a new introduced boss, which you could see more often being reintroduced into content, stuff like that. Again, I think that she's going to be a really good contender. Simply put, that's what she's going to be, okay? Yes, I think that if you pull for the character, you're making a great decision. If you skip the character for a Pilgrim, I think that you technically skipped the Pilgrim for Pilgrim, right? I think that they're both very powerful. They both are going to be powerful, both the Pilgrim and her. I do think that it's worth the investment. But again, if you're thinking, you're like, you know what, I'd rather save for the anniversary, go for it. I'd rather save for Nier, go for it. she can make her reappearance next year. That could definitely happen, but I do think the character is worth it. And again, people are saying must pull everywhere. They're like, this is a must pull character. I don't want to push that point just because people are saving for specific stuff, but I would say that if you want a very strong, very meta character and a character that can really help you, and this is why I'm going to stress it more, she's, I would say, more of a must pull. And calm down, don't get mad. I'm only saying she's more of a must pull than the bunnies, because the bunnies can appear on the standard banner, the rate up recruit banner, the friendship banner. What I'm trying to say, that's 2 banners, right? And then the molds, correct? So I can pull them. Theoretically, if I skip Blanc, I can get her later on, which I'm okay with. I can never get this character again until next year or whenever. We don't know how reruns work, which is why I'm trying to stress the point that maybe you want to consider her a must pull in a way, right? And again, I have to gear her and like do everything. I have to get that done, but I have to like remove the gear of another Tetra is building. But at the end of the day, I do think that's where it stands, correct? I do think that she's a very powerful character, and you may want to look into the banner, right? But again, I also want to stress one more point. We'll see when the solar raid, union raid, and whatever testing comes out. The unit is existing for 15 more days. Solar raid will kick up in 3 days. So we'll see how that works out. If you want to also wait to see what Helm does, Helm could also be a great character. But I do wonder, can she put up what ANIS has already put up? Can she be on par with this character? Personally, I don't see that exactly happening. But I do think Helm is not a, F tier, A tier, B tier character. I genuinely think that she could end up to be an S tier character, not an SSS like currently ANIS, but I think that she shouldn't be able to fall below A tier. Reading her kit, there's like no way. She can be good. It's like a replacement unit, if you will, and she serves a purpose. She's a generic niche unit. I think she has power, and I think she can be pretty good, right? But again, I don't want to like say that right now. We'll see how the testing goes through, but yeah, at the end of the day, I do think that this character is powerful. I don't think the showcases are overhyping her. I do think that she is going to have a lot of potential for content like this or content like Union Raid. I do think that Union Raid is going to be a very powerful tool, or she's going to be a very powerful tool in Union Raid, and the same thing for Solar Raid, because again, she's going to generate her own team, which is super good, right? If you run Privity, you run Scarlet, you change up your Modernia comp, you run Modernia with a different burst 3 DPS, and you do it that way, you just formulated 2 very strong teams that are really good contenders for high tier damage, correct? That is true. So at the end of the day, I do think for the long term, she will be a powerful character. I do think this is the first time I will tell you to must pull a limited character. Potentially the only time. This could be the only time I tell you this, right? I told you that Mary wasn't a must pull. I told you that she's great for a healer. She'll be a burst 1 healer. Her burst, the rest of her kit really is restricted to water comp and whatnot. But I do think she's a must pull. Or not a must pull, sorry. I do think she's a very strong character, which is worth it, right? In this case, I do feel that ANIS can be considered a must pull, right? Again, I don't want to push that point as like the fact of the century, but I do think that if you're looking for a very strong character, Pilgrim level DPS, you have the character here. You have to know that, yes, I have to run her Privity, I have to max her to 9, and then I can run her on her own. When the flexibility kicks in and the ability to remove Privity exists, that's when the character really kicks into overdrive and even becomes better of a character than she already was, right? So there's multiple points with this character that exist, but I do think that for what it is, they have designed a great character that is worth the investment, that is worth it. I don't think she's worth the dupes. I don't think you have to go for dupes. Dupes are always welcome, that's true, but you don't have to chase the dupes saying like, oh, I need to dupe this character up right now or it's all over, the character's dead. I think that just pulling the 1 copy is good enough for you, and that's about it. But again, if you want to like maintain her as your new main DPS, then maybe you want to go for dupes and you want to kind of invest in the character. But again, there is a collaboration up next. We don't know if those collab characters may be also broken. We don't know beyond this point what happens. So right now, I don't want to like stress a point too hard or too wrong. Remember, 15 days. You have 15 days with the event. Wait till the last day. You're always welcome. That's a piece of advice that anybody can ever give you. Just wait till the last day. See what happens. Again, we just got a compensation also. You'll stock up some summons by then, and then you can just go and dump them in if you want to. If the next banner is a standard banner, then go and dump in some summons. Save up during that standard banner and go for a collaboration. I personally don't think they can go into a collab right now. I don't want to. I kind of want just a standard banner, maybe 2, to take at least a little bit of a break. And I'm hoping the standard banner isn't like, I know. I'm asking for good units usually. I hope they're semi-mid, and we know we can kind of save up here. But that's where we're currently standing. We have a very good banner here that's worth the investment, but it's up to you. All right, don't push it that I need to pull. Push it that maybe I would like to pull for a very strong character that is limited, that may not return. That is currently where I think the logic should be. But again, more of a discussion video, more of me just talking out loud here. So hopefully you're able to enjoy that. But I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. That's been it for me. And yeah, take care.